Chicken here, bring you another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, we're going to be talking about upgrade priorities and how you, like, when you're starting the game, what you should go for at first in terms of upgrades. And before we get into that, guys, we've got a couple nice operation hits here. Definitely an interesting one by the chicken to start things off with. So we got a pretty nasty foxtrot yesterday. So you see this Fang here. We don't usually get Fang on Foxtrot, and obviously this one's a little easier than like the crazy Mass Attack ones. I don't mean in terms of health, like the layout's a little nicer because the shield gens are kind of just like sitting there all on their own, which is it makes it easier. I was able to, we'll speed it up a little bit here, I was able to clear them all on this first attack. And since I've seen so many Crazy Turtle streams where like they'll do those insane like multiple loadout attacks, I wanted to try one of those. So you see here I start off with the heavies and Zookas. And the machine gun placement right there actually helped because it kind of dragged them all towards it. If I didn't have the machine gun there, I would have had to use probably another flare just to get them all set up there. So there was the couple rockets in range, but the heavies were able to tank that damage for me. I had to keep the cannons shocked because I didn't want to lose any of the heavies. Because obviously then my Zookas would become under smoke, or sorry, under fire from the rockets. But right here, we put the smoke down to keep them alive from the shock launcher. I was able to bring them back a bit here, and I lost like quite a few there, but I didn't really need to bring the Zookas back. I brought out a couple boats of Grens just to kind of help take out these cannons on the side. Now I'm not sure if this actually helped anything because we ended up just going at it straight at the core on the next attack anyways. So I guess it took some of the core health down, but I don't know, just the chicken trying to be fancy here, guys. So we were able to clear out a few more of those cannons. We won't go through all that, but then we had Voodoo, I think, go in with the next one. This is another Voodoo account, so it's the same guy, but just a different game, more or less. So he goes in here for the finish with heavies and Zookas, and he almost got it. It was such a nice hit, so I wanted to make sure that I showed you guys this one. This was awesome. Again, it was probably easier because of this layout, because there was like nothing where those statues are. There's nothing on the left side, really. So you see he gets the heavies and Zookas up there, and look at that smoke. He puts the smoke down for the heavies just a fraction. You can see the time there, just a fraction of a second earlier than the Zooka ones. He lost a couple Zookas there on the outside, but that was only like a handful, so it wasn't really a big deal. So then you see his shock. I guess he throws critters out first. So he throws the critters out and then shocks. Okay, he shocks the machine guns and the heavies all at the same time, and that basically just allows the heavies just to sit there and act like just giant pig shields. And just tank for the Zookas. So he almost got that one, but that was a really nice hit. So anyways, guys, we're going to be diving on into Dr. Terrence and talking about optimal kind of like upgrade order. Because since I've been starting my HQ9 account, this is something I've been like having to go through again, and I thought maybe if I made a video on it, it would help some people that are just starting out or whatever. So the way I'm doing it right now is the first thing I'm going after is gunboat, because I find that like with my low level troops and the statues I have, if you haven't seen, they're just idols. It's a gunboat idol, and then I have 2 red idols, so I'm not getting a whole lot of pull for my statues. So what my plan basically is I'm going to upgrade the gunboat first, because I find that since my troops are so weak, and I don't have smokes unlocked, I don't have critters unlocked, so I find it helps a lot just to be able to shock defenses, because like on the bases that I am taking down, and most of the player bases, I'm really only getting like, they might have like 6 to 8 defenses, so I can usually just shock everything, and excuse me, that makes it like it's a lot cheaper on GBE, and it makes the attack way easier than actually like individually taking everything out, because my barrage, and I just unlocked barrage, and my artillery are so low level that they're not really doing a whole pile of damage. It's like I have to use like a barrage and 2 artillery for each thing, and then I'm basically out of gunboat energy at that point. So I think upgrading the gunboat, stupid freaking, this computer's always like making noise and stuff, drives me nuts. But I think because of that, the gunboat upgrades are gonna be the most efficient at the start. Just to get that GBE up and get more shocks as quickly as possible. And then second is going to be the armory, in my opinion. So gunboat first, then armory. You can kind of do them at the same time when when you're that low, it doesn't really cost that much or take that much time. Like if I get like 5 raids in, then I'm usually maxed out on resources. So there was a resource reward statue down when I first started the account, but I'm finding that to be useless because it's so easy to max out on resources right away. So yeah, basically my plan is to get the gunboat upgraded, and then I'm gonna work on the armory. And when I get into the when I get the armory upgraded, I'm first gonna do artillery and barrage because that's gonna save me more GBE. Basically, I think that's the biggest thing to take away is you want to just manage your GBE as efficiently as possible when you're first starting out. Throw some critters down there, and yeah, the troop upgrades obviously help, and that's probably going to be the next thing. But I feel like just getting the gunboat leveled and getting the bombs leveled is going to be probably the first priority, and then from there you're going to want to do your troops individually. I think Heavy and Zuka is probably the easiest troops to start the game with. So I'm going to do Zukas first and then Heavies, because I find a lot of my raids, like I can usually keep the Zukas in place, but they don't do a whole pile of damage, so they and as soon as they get touched up by anything, they just die. So what I'm saying is the Heavies have enough health. I think leveling the Zukas first to get that extra damage is probably the most important thing in terms of just starting out anyways. So from there, so we started with gunboat, and then barrage artillery, armory, barrage artillery, and then I think you want to focus on your landing crafts. They don't make a huge difference at first because your troops are really kind of weak, and until you get, I wouldn't focus on landing crafts until you get a few troop upgrades under your belt. Obviously do the landing craft if you have nothing else to do, like that's going to be the next thing you want to focus on, but in terms of doing it optimally, I would worry about the gunboat and armory definitely first before I started worrying about the landing crafts. And even before the landing crafts, I would work on the sculptor too. So as soon as you're able, I forget exactly how often you can upgrade it at the start, but you want to do the sculptor. I would do the sculptor probably before the landing crafts as well, just because having an extra statue, like having an extra 17% GBE or whatever have you, is going to help you out a lot more in the long run than an extra landing craft or whatever. Plus you're going to get the extra landing crafts on the HQ upgrade. So obviously you want to go all offense first. That's basically what I'm saying. And then you want to focus on your you don't really want to focus on your defenses. You can honestly just kind of ignore defenses until you get into until you've done all your offense upgrades for the most part. That's basically what you want to focus on at the start. Alrighty guys, alrighty, so we got to focus up a little bit here. We got Dr. T stage 6. I don't usually use Cryozuka Medic for Dr. Terrence, but we had them loaded up, and I think we should be able to, I think it's just tropical today, so shouldn't be too difficult for the cryos. I don't really like using cryos a lot in like when I do Dr. T or like War Factor or whatever, just because, like, I don't know, I kind of find them boring. Like, obviously there's a lot of ways to use them at high level player bases and stuff, and I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like they're not that exciting. They're kind of like it's almost like how I use Heavy Zuka on my low level account. I just kind of throw them out and like shock different things. So I don't know, I just don't find them as exciting to use as like warriors or all Zukas or something like that. But yeah, that's just why I don't normally use them. But they are obviously probably the best troop composition in the game currently. Not necessarily for doing Dr. T. You're probably gonna be better off the warriors or even all Zukas for the most part of the Dr. Terrences. So other upgrade things to do at the beginning. What else do we got here, guys? I wouldn't worry about the weapons lab. That's obviously later game. Your storages, yeah, you're gonna need to do your storages when you're really early on. I should probably be focusing on that on my HQ9 account. I'm not really, just because there's other upgrades I can do. But I would probably max out my offense and my storages with each HQ upgrade. Obviously, I would just like, I wouldn't go with every single troop because it's not going to benefit you much at the start to have like level 7 tanks and stuff like that. Like I would pick one troop composition, whatever you like, and just focus on that, and then put in time to all the GBE abilities that are going to help you with it. So artillery, barrage, shock's going to be huge. I would probably put shock in front of artillery and barrage, to be honest. So I would go shock bomb, and then the artillery barrage, and then I would go probably flare next, and I would just focus on those 4. Medkits are nice, but they're not going to help too much. It's not going to be as beneficial nearly as a shock or a barrage is going to be. Okay, so this is kind of a nasty one here, guys. This is kind of a nasty one for the chicken. I'm going to throw a bunch of barrage down there and kind of clear out this section. I think we should be able to get up there without too much trouble today. Now, I'm not an expert on using the Karazuka medics, so just keep that in mind, guys. We got one more there. So I don't know, I'm just going to clear it out a spot, and then I'm just going to hope for the best here. I think I'm going to stay on the left side. I think that's probably going to be my plan. I'm going to try to clear out all this stuff first. Hopefully the rocket does not target the Zookas. We can actually go ahead and shock those two just to keep some of the splash damage off them. I don't need my rifleman getting melted right away, guys. So I'm going to throw a health kit down there to help out with the flamethrower damage. Another one there because they're getting roasted and toasted, guys. I'm going to shock those 3 rockets again. Once we clear out some of these flamethrowers, I'm probably going to move up to the left. I don't know if this is going to work, guys. I'm not sure if this is going to work. We might have to bring out the all Zookas. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and retreat, and we're going to try this again with all Zookas. We'll be back right in a second, guys. Okay, we got the Zookas loaded up, guys, and I think I have a pretty good spot for them on this one. We're going to have to clear a little bit of mines first, but I think we should be able to get there without too much trouble. I'm going to put a barrage down the sniper tower, and I think that's going to clear out all the mines that we really need to. And then I'm going to park them basically right where that blue damage statue is. So I'm not sure about the landing because there's nothing to lock them in, but I'm just going to throw them all out and kind of hope for the best here. Obviously, there's going to be a ton of rockets on the landing, so we got to be careful about that. I'm going to put a flare there just to kind of group them up, and then we're going to walk all the way back here, guys. Throw some more smokes down. They might pop that one mine, but I think that's going to be okay. I don't really see any more other than that one on the right, but those ones that got hit on the left should be safe. Hopefully. Alright, so if we hit one more mine, we're going to be chickened here in a second, guys. Okay, so we're going to be flaring on the HQ. Okay, we're going to lose quite a bit there. That come out. Once that smoke goes up, this is gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt, guys. Okay, so we're shocking. We're putting out 3 medkits. 3 medkits, guys. Can we do this? Can we do this? That machine gun is just picking us all off. Come on now. We only need like boom. There it goes. There it goes. We didn't even need one more shot, guys. So stage 7 goes down. So obviously I messed up there because I had another shock. I thought I was gonna be able to hit the machine gun, rocket launcher, and shock launcher all in one, but we missed it, guys. We missed it. So that's okay. So definitely let me know down in the comments if there's any, if there's a better way, in your opinion, to do your upgrade priorities. Just when you're like starting out or whatever, or even late game, like what kind of defenses you would focus on. Because I mean, in terms of defenses, I usually just go with like the most expensive ones first. Like I do shock launchers, rocket launchers, boom cannons, because those are gonna be your intel earners for the most part. But anyways, guys, let me know all that down in the comments. That's gonna wrap it up for the video today. Make sure to leave a like if you found it interesting, entertaining, or informative, and we'll see you in the next one, guys. Check it out.